Never in my wildest dreams did I think that I'd be working for the same hospital that I worked in the kitchen years ago, washing pots and pans and delivering food to patients and putting myself through university. I really believe that my path chose me. My parents were both born and raised in Calabria, in a small town called San Giovanni in Fiore. My parents made a decision. They came to this region because at the time there was a boom for the auto industry. My parents bought their first home on Ellesmere near St. Angela Grade School. They worked so hard. They worked to support other families that were in need. My dad didn't have it easy. He sustained a massive workplace injury when he was 46, lost his job twice. He was never able to work again. He died in his 60s. My mom worked out of necessity, picking tomatoes or running a deli counter at Consumer Supermarket downtown. I worked 2 jobs to help support the family. I was the oldest of 4. I grew to appreciate the monumental decision my parents had to make. I'm not sure that I would have been able to do the things they did when they arrived here at a very young age with a 3-year-old little boy. Most of my childhood was on Pieri, or as some would say, Pierre Street in Windsor, off of Little Italy. That was our little world. A lot of immigrants migrated to that area. Growing up, we didn't have much, but we didn't know any better because we were frankly all going through that same life experience and life journey. The neighborhoods were vibrant and we took care of each other, we protected each other. We should all have an understanding what refugees and immigrants are facing today, because the circumstances under which we came, first of all, they were voluntary. We didn't leave under duress, we came here by choice. That's not always the case these days. When you think of the organization that we're celebrating, the Multicultural Council of Windsor and Essex County, they play an incredibly important role to ensure that we provide the nurturing environment to individuals who come to this country, come to this region, to help them do what they need to do to transition to a new life. In the case of Hotel Dieu Grace Healthcare, when you look back historically at what our founders' premise was 135 years ago, they established a hospital to work with the most marginalized, disenfranchised, and vulnerable people of our community. Those focuses of disenfranchised, vulnerable, and marginalized people applies to what we do today. Early in my career, I struggled tremendously. I just couldn't find my path. After my first year university, I took the summer to think about my future. I then went back to school and I met this incredible professor, Dr. Mary Lou Dietz. And Dr. Dietz impressed upon us to find that joy. So I started volunteering in a number of agencies across this community. At one time, volunteering with 4 different nonprofits while I was working at 2 part-time jobs and going to school full-time. And I found my joy. And when I look back, I understand that that really came from those very early years. When I found my joy and my path, the rest of it came easy. My wife and I are both Italian. I do a lot of the culinary things that we grew up watching our parents do out of necessity. We do it to celebrate and advance our culture. Really, when it comes to raising a family, one thing I've done really, really well is keep my kids grounded and pressed upon them the importance of a strong work ethic. There's value in understanding your history, not only for yourself, but understanding what is happening today in our country and for us in Windsor and Essex County. When I look back, all of those little experiences manifested into the young man that I developed into, and the middle-aged guy that I am today, the father that I am today, the friend that I am today, the fabric of the person that I am to this day.